Hey, what's up? This is Blake Olson from Kiteboarding, here today to teach you how to jump higher on the kiteboard. I chose this trick because it's an adrenaline-filled sport, just like many others, where the main goal is to get as high or do the craziest trick as possible. So if you can jump a little higher, it always helps out. I love adrenaline-filled sports, volcano boarding in Nicaragua, hiking the lateral in Kauai, traveling on a little motorcycle through the mountains of northern Thailand or any Vietnam, any of those sorts of activities that give you kind of a rush that gets you going. Jumping higher is always one of those things. So I have 5 steps for you today on how to jump higher. And here, chilling in my backyard with Ben, filming. We just got a Rode mic, so I hope the audio is better for you this time. But here are the 5 steps. Step 1 is your speed. A lot of people think that being overpowered will actually make you jump higher, but you want to have the proper amount of speed where you can get going really fast. You don't want to send the kite and have it rip you off your edge, so if you're a little overpowered, it can be almost too much and not make you jump as high. You might go farther, but not as high. So to jump high, you want to perfectly trim your kite, so that way you can get the right pop with the amount of speed you have. So step number 1, just make sure your kite's trimmed properly so you can get the right amount of pop without being ripped off your edge. Step number 2 is once your kite's appropriately powered, just pump the kite. So just work it, just doing little motions up and down. That gets you a little more speed, and then wiggle the kite just kind of by pulling the bar up and down real quick, just so that it moves. And then all of those little movements get that extra speed built up. So just get that extra speed built up, and that's step number 2. Step number 3 is to pump your board. So what I like to do is do tiny little hops, like you're almost like kind of going through the water like that, or wiggle the back foot and the foot strap like this, which really shoots your board off and gets you out playing quicker. Just jump the board, pop it, wiggle it, do whatever you can just to move the board and get as much speed as possible to break that surface tension. Step number 4 is using all of that speed and power, you're going to explosively pop out of the water. So before, when you're doing regular jumps, you just send the kite, pop, but when you want to get really high, you're going to have to explosively pop by pushing down really hard, lifting your front foot, and your back knee is going to be bent all the way. Your front leg is going to be straight, and your board is going to be launching in a direction so that it's shooting up as high as possible. Because if your kite is just lifting you and your board is here, it's one thing, but if you go and you launch your board like this, by pushing down on the back and then launching up in the front, you throw your body and your arms in the air, that's going to get you way higher, because your initial pop right off the water is here and it sucks you to it, so then you're getting out of the water for the regular jump. You pop and launch your boards flying into the air, then that's going to give that kite extra time to lift off the water, give you that extra boost. So when you're launching, you want to really push down on your back foot, pull up as hard as you can on your front foot, where your front foot's almost going to your knee, and you just want to just almost jump up in the air. I basically just try and jump into the sky because that gets you that extra height. So explosively pop is step number 4, and that's the biggest thing in this whole trick, is just getting the right pop so that you work with the kite rather than having it lift you up the water. Step number 5 is just when you're sending the kite, you can actually send it past 12 o'clock in the wind window. So if you're going to the right, send it over to 11 o'clock, because what that does is it gives you a little bit extra hang time, and you can always correct it by bringing it back. But if you send the kite over to the other side of the window, it gives you a little bit extra time in the air, and with your explosive pop and speed and sending the kite over a little bit, and you'll be jumping a lot higher. Thanks for watching. As always, drop a line if you'd like any trick tips. I'm always happy to help.